5 reasons why the workforce is such a shithole in the United States. Okay, just joking. Yeah, it's probably not going to be 5 reasons. It's probably just going to be a whole disorganized rant. The first reason, keep in mind the word disorganized, because I just got through watching this video, which I've just screenshotted, but anyway, where there was a compilation of people ranting about the workforce, particularly mass layoffs in 2026, which is kind of continuing from 2025 and from 2024, from 2023. I mean, and this is coming from someone who is supposed to be working right now, but I got fired 3 days ago by a job that I fucking hated. And it's more empowering to quit. But I've never had a job around the corner of the New Year's for like 5 years. And plus, like, after you quit or after you get fired or laid off, whatever word you want to call it, it's the same shit in the end. You're still sitting here in the job market worrying about your savings running out. It's the same shit. I mean, if you were quitting because you just can't take it anymore, as opposed to leaving for another job, which is, real lucky you, but most people I don't think do that, especially these days. The only difference is, other than it's empowering to quit, whether you have something lined up or not, or a savings or not, is that when you get fired, the company is directly, intentionally trying to ruin your fucking life, like even more. That's it. So I just say all that to say I'm in the situation, so I'm not just judging or talking shit, but I'm also, being bombarded with video after video after video after video of people who are talking about the workforce and the economy, because it's kind of my algorithm. I've also just happened to find a few channels who only discuss those things. So I've really started to realize what the problem is. The first problem, and I don't care who gets mad, because I have nothing to lose. The first problem is overpopulation. I noticed that the United States is mostly small towns where you need a car. I don't know why it's so fucking underdeveloped. There's a lot of back roads and hillbilly highways and shit. Whereas if you look at like the map of Japan's map, like Google Map, it is very, very condensed. It is, even in its rural areas, there's like streets everywhere. And of course, I know one of the main reasons why is because they like to walk. They like to walk out there because there's some Japanese Shinto Buddhist tradition of, it's like actual word for it, of walking to the shrine. It's like, they're supposed to go on a long walk to the shrine and then walk up the stairs and, all that. So, they have a lot of streets. They have a lot of pedestrianism. They like to ride bikes. So they have a very developed landscape. And in the United States, I mean, whatever the reason is in Japan, that's the reason I think. But in the United States, it's like you need to hitchhike, you need a car wherever you go, except in the big city. And even in some of those cities, you need a car. So that ruins employability for a lot of people. But also, it's a very underdeveloped place. So it makes a lot of areas undesirable to move to. And so other areas get overcrowded. And so then they become very over competitive. I think in a developed first world country, there should be a bus and like a frequent regular bus route or cab service, like provided by the public, in every county. The other thing, which also deals with overpopulation, is that there's seems to be really no control over migration. I really don't give a fuck about your opinion about that, but it's the truth. The country has its doors open like a hooker with her asshole hanging out. It's like, you need to like limit the shit. Like every year there's a cap or something. You can't just like let people come over because they want to come over. They are taking the jobs. I don't give a fuck about what skit he watched, who mocked people who said it and he thought it was really funny. And so it influenced your opinion to think that it's ridiculous to say that they're taking our jobs. No, they are taking our jobs. They are. Because they're going to come over here and they're going to need jobs. They're taking our jobs. Period. Either they're taking our jobs directly, or their kids, when they grow up, are taking our jobs. That is just the fact. And I don't want anyone to say shit, because if it was reversed, and if you went to their country, they're not just going to let you take their jobs. They box you in to the type of job you can get, and that's it. Whether you can speak their language or not. They're going to box you right in. You can be an English teacher or a cleaner or some shit like that. I know as an American, you would think, I didn't go to another country to be a cleaner, right? Normally they go to other countries to be professionals, entertainers, or entrepreneurs, or prostitutes. Pretty much it. Escorts. Or tourists, but I'm not talking about spending money, I'm talking about making money. So, but when people come here, they take whatever they can get. There's a lot of disorganization in the workforce. People just taking jobs. And for some reason, everyone says, oh, it's cheap labor. It's not cheap labor, because they're paying them what they would be paying us. It's not cheap labor. The next reason is also overpopulation. There's like 5 generations. This is the most generation-dense time of history ever, I think. We still have boomers kicking. Some are still probably out there working too. We've got Gen X. We've got what I call Gen Y, which are people born in the 80s. But they're technically millennials, but I don't agree, because the 2000s didn't raise them. They were big in the 2000s. So we've got boomers, we've got Gen X, which was born between, I think, 1960s, 1970s. We've got Gen Y, born in the 1980s. We've got millennials, born in the 1990s. We've got Gen Z, born in the 2000s. We've got Gen Alpha, born in the 2010s. And of course, we've got Gen, I guess, Beta, born in the 2020s. But we're only competing with some Gen Alphas, because they can make money, especially online. And they might actually, I think maybe the oldest Gen Alpha might be like 15, 16. They can start working. And then, so that's six generations. I'm going to recap just to make sure. Boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. 6 generations of people competing for work. And it's mostly because millennials dropped out of high school, made kids. That was our era. Teen mom, 16 and pregnant. Any kind of TV mini docu-series you can think of. On PBS documentary, TLC documentary, Discovery Health documentary, Lifetime documentary. Some other kind of documentary. A news special talking about, during the 2010s and late 2009s, the millennials making kids. So millennials who dropped out And they doubled the population for no reason. If they had did it back then, I don't know why. Because I avoided it. I'm a millennial. We're a 90s baby. I avoided getting knocked up in high school. I am now competing with millennials' children. I'm competing with 16 to 21-year-olds who shouldn't exist. This should not exist. I don't care if you're like, oh, my kid, hey, my kid is the blessing. Your little bastard should not exist because now you're competing against them too. You're only 35. You're competing against a 20-year-old because your millennial counterpart fucked around in high school and made them. Now we're competing in our late 20s and early 30s for just an entry level or a promotion or longevity or higher pay. We can't get any of them because Gen Z exists in the 10 millions for no reason. And now most of the people crying are people in their late 20s to their 30s because we can't even stabilize or grow.